with your mother.
Kazar. What's going on, everybody? It's me, it's RDV. I'm getting sick and tired of saying that because you guys should know this. No. So I won't say anymore. And the guy to the right of me, you should know this guy. He is Eric Breen.
You got to start. You should either start announcing yourself as it's me, it's RDV, or just do the whole effing show thing and just
boom.
Yeah, yes. Well, that's Van Damme's both of them.
I know. Oh man. So I don't know. It's like I was thinking I was gonna change my name to the YouTube host formerly known as RDV. Make a little jokes on it. But anyway, so cool thing about this is that for those who don't know that or haven't seen any of the streams, StreamYard's been doing this where now I can actually put my Twitter handle underneath my name. It's one of the new features I have. Actually kind of cool because otherwise before I usually put my my Twitter name handle as my name, but it looks more professional too, I guess. Anyway, if you want to know where Eric's Twitter handle is, go check in the description down below underneath the stream right now. I got his Twitter in there and his YouTube channel. Actually, do I have your Twitter channel in there? I think I only have your YouTube channel link in there. So go give him some views on that.
YouTube hasn't dropped it?
Nope.
Oh wow.
It's there until you decide to delete it.
Oh, I thought if you
or they decide to delete it.
Well, let's say if you don't if you don't do any videos for X amount of time, I thought they just like cut.
No. I have another channel. It's actually two channels I have it. It's in there. No content. Well, they have content on it, but I don't add anything new. I think the other one I gave a shout out to this channel on one of them. But
actually, I should have known that because for some reason, an unranked Chevron video from 5 years ago popped up.
You know what's popping up? Because I created a new YouTube channel. I'm getting all these notifications for like Angleton Hurricane Stream. Popped up for me. I don't know if it's not that. So I don't think it's Hurricane Stream, but it was one of his very early ones. And I was like, wow, this is from 5 years ago. I'm like, yeah, that's old.
I believe you should acknowledge one of your many channel mates.
Oh. Wow, it's actually Mr. The Extreme Movie Show himself, Rob. What's going on, Rob? It's the first time I think Rob's actually watched a live stream here, or maybe
he shows up once in a while. Then he thinks better of it and leaves.
doesn't comment, just leaves right away.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I'd leave too. I'm his number one fan. I've seen the fan. I'm not a fan of that.
That's quite a bullet to take, sir.
That's right. Someone has to. If you guys haven't checked out the Dark Shadows between Professor Pixel and Rob over there reviewing that, we also reviewed some other cool movies. Even Rob actually on this Tuesday night,
Rob
reviewed a Chuck Norris movie.
So, thank you for taking a chance on us.
I'm allergic,
Do you get that reference, Vic?
I probably should.
There's an ABBA song called "Take a Chance on Me."
Oh, I see. ABBA comes to me. It goes Dancing Queen. That's the only. It's just drilled in because that's all you ever hear.
That's why would you need to know anything more?
That's right. Yes, and then there's also the ABBA Teens. You hear those? I think they're called the A-Teens.
Oh, I do remember those because we sold a few of their CDs whenever that was.
Yeah. That had to have been early 2000s.
Yeah,
very early.
There's a lot of those bands in the early 2000s.
No. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I noticed that, like, as far as artists, I noticed that they don't even do songs or CDs, or they're not as famous as they used to be. So
as far as I know, Rob, no. I don't think ABBA was ever in a comic. Maybe referenced, but never,
No, but Dragon Slayer has been in a comic book form, and then we might be reviewing that soon on the Extreme Movie Show. So if you're not subscribed to there, go check it out. Honestly, if you love movies, love people talking about them, giving in-depth reviews, if you care for my opinion or Rob's, or maybe you want to give your own opinion,
or if you care for Rob's opinion but not Venkman's, or if you care for Venkman's opinion but not Rob's.
Or if you just want to hate watch us, we love hate watchers. But what's going on, Rob? It must be a slow night if you're watching the Kiki Puppet Show. I mean, the rest everybody here is on contract. That's why they're showing up. We actually pay them. Black Belt Jones. All right, looking forward to that. I don't know who's in it, but I'll watch it. Sounds important. All right, so we gotta start showing off some books here. I got some back issues here, and I want to do some reading for tomorrow. So I decided, you know what? If I can find them, I'll pick them up. And here, I'm gonna do this. Hold on 1 second. Camera. Boom. Second. All right. All right. So I got 15 books this week. I didn't get a chance to read all of them. There's only 3 books. One I purposely chose not to read because I haven't read the original series. It's been like the last time they had a book for this character through Xenoscope was back in 2010. 5-issue little miniseries. So I wanted to go back and read that because I started reading a couple pages of this book and it just got to the point where I was like, I'm missing a whole big chunk of this character. Who this character is. They tell you a little bit, like a little synopsis. Oh, this character is so and so. But I was like, I gotta know more about this character. And so this is one of the books I didn't get a chance to read. So Infernal. She basically goes. She works. I don't know why, but she works for the devil, taking down demons and stuff. And I guess so. I want to go back and look at it. Here's a 5-issue a Fairy Tale Spotlight. So, yeah, 32 pages of contents. Pat Shand, I believe it is. I'm not sure if it's attached to this one. Not this one, okay. But there is Esposito on here though. Not sure. Probably not Mike Esposito. I don't know if he's even alive anymore. You think Mike's still kicking?
The anchor?
Yeah.
Nah, he's gone.
I was gonna say, I unless he's got a child with the last name, or it's Jennifer Esposito. But yeah. So the synopsis for this character, it says basically it's from hold on.
Oh well, you remember the name Mickey DeMeo? This popped up. That was one of his aliases.
Oh,
cool. I did not know that until just now.
So, from the depths of the Inferno rises a demon-hunting ex-gun-for-hire assassin with a conscience on a new mission for the devil. This time around, Lucifer sends Mercy to Las Vegas, aka Sin City, where she must track down a most dangerous enemy with personal connection to the leader of hell, who will stop at nothing to remain free. Oh, and also the devil, Lucifer, is a woman. Couldn't see the scope. I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I'll have to go back and read this after I get the 5-issue miniseries, but hopefully it's good. I mean, the art looks decent on there. Another book series I picked up, another one I didn't get a chance to read was trying to find the information for the writers on this first. All right. This is from Joe Brusha, Dave Franchini, and David Wall. And that is Grim Tales of Terror. This is the John Royal cover, who I believe has done work with actually Mad Cave's, not Mad Cave, but Merc Publishing.
Is that from this week, or are we doing this? Is it this week, or are you showing your back issues?
This is this week.
Okay.
These are the books I didn't get a chance to read yet. There's only 3 books. Yeah, the Valentine's Day special. So, and because I like John Royal. John Royal has actually been one of the artists I've been noticing. Indie artists popping up a lot. So he's getting some more work. And I believe Dolan had said that, or Drew, whatever you call him, it said that basically in his interview from last Friday that John Royal had actually did a cover for one of their books. So,
She looks like a bit of a strumpet.
well, it's Valentine's Day.
I'm just saying.
You know, she's sending broken hearts. Look at the hearts on there. See? So,
See,
I don't know how she runs in those heels, but
it's a comic book.
yeah, 72 pages. And it was only for 72 pages. I think it was like $10. No, $9. So,
That's
yeah, $9. What on earth is a strumpet? It's something you have with curds and whey, right?
or it was what you called a lady of ill repute about 100 or so years ago.
All right. So the other book I didn't get a chance to read. This is the last one of the new issues that one I need to read, and then we'll go into my new issue, the issues of the week. You know, the countdown, the best of the week. Blade Runner. This is 2039. This is like the third volume in this specific story. It's going to be crossing over with Blade Runner Origins, which featured another main character. Man, I don't know what to make of this third issue. I didn't get a chance to read it, but the first two leading up to it have been fun. I just love the world of Blade Runner. I just love the whole cyberpunk and all, the whole mystery, the whole crime stuff. Police corruption. You got corporations hunting down and just basically targeting, the different which one call it replicants. So and so this is like color I had left, but the girl on the right, who one with the skull on her face, that's the main character. And she's been lately she's been running basically in the well, at the end of the second series, she started helping her girlfriend, who is basically a replicant, helping other replicants basically go underground to hide from the Tyrell Corporation and the cops, the Blade Runners that want to kill them. Well, so it's like you said, if you're not, I understand some people don't like when there's lesbians in a book, but it doesn't. It's not the whole entire story. That's what I like. The reason I'm reading this.
Are there any books without any lesbians?
I don't know. You have to go. Wait, do you read new books?
Yeah,
There's got to be a book without a lesbian in it. I guarantee it. No, I don't know. Like I said, it's they're not shoehorned into it though. But I mean, if you're in that conspiracy where you think they are shoehorned everywhere, that there's never an original story because the character's sexuality is brought up. But I don't know. It's pretty much the way it is now. So fun. It's been a fun story, fun ride. The fact they're going to do a crossover with the other series is another reason why I'm so sticking with this. I've been reading I read the first two series, 2019 and 2029. Now it's 2039, and like I said, I just love the artwork. Obviously this is a variant cover. This isn't what you're going to see in the inside, but yeah, this is your Titan Comics. All right, so let's go on with the new books now, and then we'll get to my special, incredible pull afterwards.
it's special and incredible.
Well, I would just say it's got a midget, and it's also incredible. That's a clue for you. So I have a top 12 this week. All right, number 12. This is basically a Van Helsing, and continue the story of her basically after going after her father's creations, hunting him down. And I gotta say, it's been a fun story. Pat Shand is basically working on this. He's the one that's writing this. Pat Shand, who only is, he's the guy creator of Robin Hood over Xenoscope. And it's been a fun story. I mean, this is Liesel Van Helsing, great granddaughter of Abraham. Yeah, and It's vampires. You got cheesecake. You got good stories. Hey.
Nah, Jay's comment.
I know I saw it. I know I saw it.
That's good.
You'll have to borrow me that movie, so I can watch that film twice.
Have you ever read Help? I've been kidnapped by lesbian pirates from outer space.
No, I'll have to borrow that too.
It's got cartoony art, but that is actually a comic.
That's something I noticed too. You're getting a lot of cartoon art for some things. Not overly, but I noticed a lot of this character they're going away from like what you'd normally have.
Well, the comic book industry is pandering to the Tumblr crowd, which is why you're getting so many same-sex relationships and so much cartoony art, because that's something that's a couple things that and it's cheaper.
Sure, it is.
It's cheaper to hire a Tumblr tunist than an actual artist.
Now, if it's a book that shouldn't be cartoon art, I have a problem with it. But if it's like Gargoyles or Darkwing Duck, go for it.
No, I totally agree. I said, I wouldn't want like Jackson Geist doing Batman Adventures because I want the big granite jaw with the simple lines and whatnot. I agree that cartoony art has its place.
Yeah,
wouldn't be in something like what's in your hand right now.
So so this isn't a bad book, but it's not. What I guess you could say it's my least favorite this week. Maybe because of the fact it's very serious. It's a very serious book. Almost sometimes and I'm kind of I now take it with a grain of salt. I've been reading stuff like Belle and Robin Hood, which has equal comedy / seriousness.
Mm-hmm.
This is more seriousness. Now maybe I'm just not a mature reader. I mean, I do read mature books, but still, I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I'll see what's going to happen with the next story, but maybe this is just a hit or miss.
Hey, you don't have to defend your liking or disliking of a book. I'm not Ash, which means I'm not listening to this with my pinky extended.
For those of you who lost your pinkies in the war, we salute you.
Yes.
Ash will salute you.
Yes, he will. But if he's not careful, he'll spill his Merlot on his head if he forgets to take the wine glass out of his hand first.
All right. Technically, I don't know why, but I think this should have been actually in the bottom of the pile. I think I mixed up.
Well, it's close enough.
So 11. For 11. Wow. I want because I might as well stick with it or see what's going on because I've read up every issue up until this point. This story just felt wow. It was just Marco Cicchetto just going all out with art, and that's pretty much it. Oh, but wait, there's more. Captain America, Tony Stark, and Spider-Man are written as kind of as bumbling buffoon idiots who at the end are like, oh, so they finally because of this point they couldn't figure out where Daredevil basically took all the inmates out of the prison and took them because they're clouded some magic spell and it's like what? Well, they showed their stab. Now let's go get them. It shows them at the end. They're gonna go after them. I'm like, you guys are the worst Avengers ever. You are basically coming off as pricks. And I just like Zdarsky to realize that Captain America and Tony Stark and Spider-Man of all people would know the benefit. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Instead, it's like we're gonna go kick his ass. Like there's some goon squad.
It's almost like the Skrulls kidnapped Chip Zdarsky and replaced him with a good writer, but he has escaped, and now the bad Chip Zdarsky's coming back out. I'm going to say this for what it's worth. I didn't read the book. I'm not going to read the book. But if what you're saying is accurate, how does Marvel let someone trash 3 flagship characters that have eponymous titles just to fit a story and elevate the one he's writing? That's beyond stupid. But it happened. But it's been happening for 15 years. Well, I should say 12 years. 15 if
So
you count what Bendis did to
so
Spider-Man.
there is a dragon in this, and goes on it. It's the Punisher riding a dragon.
What?
Yeah, Punisher riding a dragon.
All right. I am now going to give a pass to Batman surviving re-entry with his underwear around his head.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I mean, the art is just. I like the art in this. It's all fought the rain. Daredevil pretty much kicks the crap out of the Punisher in this. Oh, this is what I want to point out. Apparently, Taskmaster's shield is being used by the cop that was originally against him, Zdarsky. Or not Zdarsky, but yeah, Sir Daredevil. And yeah, so I don't know how he got his shield. I don't remember that the details, but they even brought the character Agony. I think her name's or Agony or Scream. She's the purple symbiote from the Light Foundation. It's one of remember Absolute Carnage? They brought all those symbiotes back. So, like I said, the art's in here, and it's like I said. So Stegron's in here too. I like that. I'm like, oh, we got a Spider-Man villain. But this is the shit I was talking about at the end here, and yeah.
Well, I'm sure Stegron's treated as an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, they're murdering out. Yeah, he broke murder in prison. We have to take responsibility. I know, Cap, but it has to be done. Daredevil needs to be stopped. I'm sorry, Spider-Man did well, maybe he's got a good reason because he knows him. He's been on this other side of the law. Peter has his whole entire life, his career. People mistaking him, judging him. That's what I mean. Zdarsky. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it's almost like somebody else was writing the book. I agree with that statement. And that's why I was like, dude, man. So I ended up giving it 3 stars, 3 out of 5.
How come Maranya gets it, but Zach doesn't?
Yeah. Well, you have to ask Zach that, But yes, Maranya. Yes, you were right. This book is.
By the way, did you watch that last night yet?
No, I get a chance to.
Oh my God. The interview he gives where he talks about the time he and his girlfriend wrecked the car. MJF is he's the best. I mean, he's best thing wrestling's produced in the last decade, period.
Yep. All right. Number 11.
Daredevil was 11.
Sorry, Hey, hold on.
You're
12.
Right.
You're right. Counting's not. I don't count down.
You need the count. 1, 2.
I need Sergey.
See, you spend all your time going blah blah blah.
Do not go blah blah blah.
Pablo.
All right. Pablo?
Attorney from Arrested Development.
Oh, I haven't seen that forever, man. Brings up memories and cringe. There are parts that are funny, and there's parts that are I wish I didn't watch.
First 3 seasons, though, were way, way more funny than not.
Yeah. All right. So number 10. I can say it's actually been a fun story. It's kind of like a lone wolf and cub story in a sense, where she's basically teaming up with a younger self who basically is very stab happy. And there's just basically trying to escape this monster, this supernatural creature they cannot kill. It's hunting them. And they go to this nearby town, and to regroup, get some supplies stuff, and they find out the town's been gone. Instead, there's some other place in it, and then there's a whole new, basically a big crowd and a cult worshiping this new goddess she's never heard of, And then while they're in the crowd, there is basically a giant monster that when I was hunting them appears, and that's kind of how it ends.
Do they just worship her backside there? Is that what you're saying?
Why would you not? That is just a great backside.
Isn't that a censored cover?
You think so?
Isn't there one that's like even more revealing than that?
I gotta give them credit though for Dynamite, because if this would have been during the Gail Simone run, you never would have seen this cover.
That's true. That's true.
So they are. I mean, certain books are doing better with Red Sonja when you don't have Mark Russell or Christopher Priest anywhere near the character. People actually understand the character or writing the character. Sorry, Mark Russell's Red Sonja was like, oh, it's like Mark Russell life story. I don't care for that. But
The only good thing Mark Russell's ever done in his career was give Jimmy an hour of his time. That's it.
I was gonna say, and his story, the break in between his stories has been the best part. Yeah. So Ben is my fun book. This is my number. So my number 10. My number 9. And Breen, did you get books at all this week?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, Breen didn't he say he was getting like 6 books?
I saw a page from Spider-Man and trimmed it to 5.
Quitter. Another Vampirella.
Why? Because they're freaking awesome, dude. Dan Abnett, man. Kicking ass on this. Dude, when you have Project Superpowers with Red Sonja and Vampirella, Owl House is gonna break out. And then there's Demons, as they call it, because it's super. Now this is the cleverness of Dan Abnett, because they basically, if you don't know who the Project are, they're basically a bunch of heroes from different realities, different worlds, pro worlds, and they basically make a multi. They basically are the original multiverse team. And what they do is they go around and they recruit people from their worlds, and they came across Red Sonja by mistake, and their technology, how advanced it is, cannot properly translate her language because it's so ancient. So she always sounds off kind of like the Hulk a little bit when she speaks. It's hilarious. Considering that she's a barbarian and she carries a sword too, it's like comes up. And so for some reason everyone else, so they don't know that with the word, they've only heard Red Sonja say the word daemon, but she means demon though. So everybody, whenever they would see Red Sonja sees Vampirella, it's like, you Damon, they're getting ready to fight. Which is really, now this is the thing I really nitpick with this title. It's Vampirella versus Red Sonja, but it's obviously not right now. It's Red Sonja has been leading his team on another world trying to lead attack against these demons. They basically want to once they don't know what the main demon is, but all they know it's that it wants to basically take over and feed on all the infinite Earths, basically.
Yeah, you're going to get about 5 pages of Vampirella versus Red Sonja, and then they're going to team up to smite their enemies. Now, Now, all the cool kids got this. Zach, did you get this?
No, I did not.
Case closed.
Yeah, told you.
My LCS did not have. I think they did have Vampirella versus Red Sonja, but they did not have the Unbreakable Red Sonja, which really bummed me out. I think they said
bummed you out. I see what you did there.
Yeah. See, that wasn't even. I wasn't even trying on that one. That just happened.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Ask me about what? Oh, ask.
Yeah.
You were gonna ask.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
We're children.
Like I said,
children.
I just love Dan Abnett's writing. We're getting two of my favorite characters are like rating stories about. And then you're also throwing in some future tech stuff, like with the Project Superpowers, and obviously they're like.
I thought Project Superpowers was like not a future thing. I thought it was like a 40s or 50s or 30s.
It's
thing.
wherever you want to slot them. Now they're public domain. So.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Well, they have their own central hub, like kind of like a watchtower type.
Okay.
In the middle of between the universes, the void, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
and they look down on because they're all science tech. They're all based, so they're all kind of racist towards Vampirella. You're a demon. We can't trust you, demon. It's like, and like, you're kind, and she's like, what do you mean by you're kind? I love Dana. He slips in like little
the main guy. Yeah, which was it? The one guy, yeah, he's
or no,
which the what? He's dense as a fence post.
He's a Superman guy. Yeah,
because he's pretty tough to convince that she's actually on their side.
Yeah, I wanted. I don't know why, but I want to call him Super America.
Super America.
Because that's pretty much what he is. He's wearing like the American flag as a cape.
Super America.
I'll tell you what,
like a good version of Homelander.
That's it. So I can gloss over this. I too am reading this. I am enjoying that series. I wish it had a little better art.
True, it is starting to get a little bit cartoonish, but it does help with the demons though. Because
that is an incredible cover.
Of course, it's Lucio Perella.
Who's doing the interior?
Not Lucio Perella.
The interior. Let me see right here is it doesn't say on the cover here.
It really doesn't matter. It's
Alessandro Rinaldi. Yes,
it's not bad art, but it's not. I'm sorry if you're going to have two bad girl leads, or that lend themselves to good girl art.
Yeah,
might not be a bad idea to have an artist that can do that.
Yeah. Joe Jesco, if he's still kicking. But, all right. Number 8.
Number 8.
Numero ocho.
X-Men Legends. This is Hamberlin and Portatio, both who worked, I believe, on Cyberforce and what works.
Okay.
Well, definitely.
Yeah. Dude, it's this Bishop story. It's until the story of how before Bishop came to basically to the period in the past by the X-Men. Because basically starts out with him basically in the first issue before this. He basically was talking to the X-Men, and they were burying his two friends, his two teammates, he considers his family, and this is what led up to their deaths. Never been revealed before. I guess I'm trying to remember which part of X-Men it is. I think it's like the Jim Lee X-Men.
I think that's where Bishop was introduced, somewhere around that time frame,
right? Or was it Claremont?
Oh.
But
this is an Ash question. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah. So I honestly I can look in the back of the book. It'll tell me because it shows you which books where it ties into, and it also has recommendations for other books around Extreme X-Men stuff.
We were both wrong. It was John Byrne that created Bishop.
Okay. I figured Marania would have said something, but
it was.
Yeah, John Byrne and some guy named Portatio.
So Wes Portatio did create Bishop. That's why he's on it. Yeah, that makes sense now.
Yeah,
because they had Claremont on with Wolverine. I don't know if Claremont created Wolverine.
No. That was. I want to say Roy Thomas and Herb Trimp.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I think it was actually. I think I'm mistaken. I think the first 2 issues of the series was Roy Thomas, not Claremont. I think I could be wrong.
X-Men Legends, yeah.
There are 4 people credited with creating Wolverine. Roy Thomas is one. John Romita Sr., Lynn Wein, and Chris Claremont. All 4 of those guys.
So it might have been Roy Thomas doing the first 2 issues, or it could have been Claremont. I think it was Claremont.
Claremont, I didn't think was at Marvel at the time, and so I guess Herb Trimp gets no credit, even though he was the artist on the book. I guess they didn't, because he was the artist, not John Romita.
I see. So this is the last issue of this series. I don't know if they're going to come back with another volume because this would continue to be, I guess, volume 2.
Yeah, X-Men Legends. That's volume 2 because they had a volume before that.
But they said, this is the end of this story. So it says it shows you where you can go to read more about Bishop and everything. But I guess these books are doing their job, because now after reading this, I really wanted to go and start reading where the story takes place. Was afterwards. Not huge an X-Men fan. I probably like this because this is basically a solo story.
I think his first appearance is X-Men 282.
Yeah. So that's probably where we're gonna go after this, But this is this isn't even a team up story. This is basically just Bishop doing the narration, telling the story. So that's kind of cool too. He talks about when he was a boy.
When I was a boy.
Okay. So definitely check it out. These have been a fun story, and also I love the fact at the back of these books tells you, if you like this story, go check out where it's actually from. It's they're showing the back issues.
That's cool. I wish that more books did that. I wish that some movies did that too.
Right. So, all right. My next book for my number 7 is a series through Dark Horse. One of the very, very few Dark Horse books I'm reading. So I think I'm only reading 2 other ones. I know I'm reading Alien, but
Resident Alien's Dark Horse?
Yep.
I don't know why I thought it was something else.
Deadball is by Adam Caesar. It is kind of like a horror comic book, basically. Describe it. As far as we know, the mall has been telling the story, has been narrating, and it's been preying on people that break into this mall. We don't really know what's real, what's not real. It's a mixture of Chopping Mall and what was it? The Ruins. Those movies. In that sense, if you watch those horror movies, it's kind of like that. But I'm also getting Hellraiser vibes too, a little bit too. But I love it because whenever I read, it's the 3rd issue. Whenever I read the new issue, just when I thought like, oh, is this what's going on? It changes.
Don't you love it when that happens? I know what this.
Actually, I do.
Oh, no.
I was recommended to skip. I was like, dude, I really don't read that many Dark Horse books, and I said unless I read the book, I usually forget what Dark Horse books I'm reading. I even forgot that Resident Alien was actually their Dark Horse, because these have been coming out like sometimes once a month, or sometimes they've actually been 2 months apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's up, Mr. I Love Comics?
What?
Who else is gonna drop by tonight that has a channel?
What?
We had Rob earlier, now we have Angleton.
Angleton has graced us with his presence.
So maybe Graphic Man will show up too.
Maybe my twin will show up.
But like I said,
if he's not too busy lighting the beam.
This has been a fun book. And like I said, five teenagers go into a mall, abandoned mall. They're gonna drink some beer and hang out and smoke, and then these creatures start coming around, like the shadow creatures and stuff, and they're being hunted slowly. And the mall, first we know it's the mall. If it's an entity or ghost or whatever, it's been narrating, and just whenever they do dialogue, it like talks to them, but they can't hear. It's like, yes, that's right. Oh, you're almost a clever girl. It's like it's like like I said, it's been a fun, interesting book for horror books.
5 teenagers enter. 1 teenager leaves.
Well, that's the thing.
Remember
Lost? Remember the whole thing with Lost? I'm not gonna spoil the end, but I mean, those who watch Lost, you were led to believe one thing, and then it kept changing, and then at the end, you're like, "What the hell?"
That's true.
So for all I know, these kids could be dead this whole entire time.
It pulls a Sixth Sense.
Yeah. So, my number 6. I got the Arkham cover. This is Batman, issue 132. I'm
curious to get your.
This is the other Chip Zdarsky book, which is better than the other one in Marvel, my opinion.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have words later.
Sure. As long as they're better than Chip Zdarsky's words he put in that book. The art was great, though. I'll give you that.
In this one?
No, in the other one.
Oh no, I'm still gonna.
The Shadow book was phenomenal as far as the art goes, and that's it.
That's okay. Keep going. You can be wrong. It's okay. It's your turn.
Okay, we're wrong. Okay, so let when we get to that, you have to tell me how much you love Captain America and the personality of Peter Parker in that series, and how they're just spot on.
He probably will.
Yeah, he
I
will.
probably will. I probably will. But keep going. Tell me about this, because I also have thoughts on this one that might differ from yours.
Oh, so you actually have read this book? Okay,
I've read all my books.
So this is kind of a spoiler topic here for those who haven't read this. Batman is believed to be dead, but he's not. He's actually transported to another world, another parallel universe. Yes, multiversity. I love it. Everything is a multiverse these days. And yeah, in this planet, it's basically on this version of Earth. He's in Gotham. It's where Bruce Wayne never became Batman. We learned that the Bruce Wayne that was on this Earth sold off gave all his money away to become what you want to call it? Those people.
I thought Bruce Wayne died on the world that he was sent to.
Yes, but it is also believed that that he's dead, but he never became Batman. He gave away all his money to be one of those charity people, working, helping people, and was killed. So we don't know why or who killed him. But all we know is that the Joker is the wealthiest man in Gotham, but he's not the Joker. Of course, everyone's got freaking venom juice running through their bodies. There's there's a character called Red. I think it's called Red Mask.
Yes, I believe so.
Who's like basically Arkham Asylum is the police. They control everything.
Was Commissioner Gordon there when they found Batman dead?
Gordon's like this weird skeleton with a mustache.
Because then somebody could say, "He's dead, Jim."
Yes. So, ironically, the main story by Deserti was good. Now, here's the problem we have with the second story. At least I do.
I know what you're going to say already.
Well, of course. You don't even have to go to Bleeding Fool to look this up, or Bounding the Comics. We're doing so well with Tim here, and then he has to. I'm gonna go save Batman, Bernard. Let me go down on you first. Basically, he makes out with Bernard in this book, and now give it's a backup story, so I can kind of ignore it. But I mean,
who wrote the backup story?
I think that was Zdarsky.
Zdarsky's doing the main story and the backup story, because the backup story's been Tim basically saying Batman's alive. You're all assholes. I know he's alive, and Dick Grayson comes in like, Tim, I believe you. He's not dead. And so he basically go to Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific figures out a way how to figure out how to track transdimensional energy, because I guess in Superman Son of Kal-El, we thought Toyman killed himself. He had a gun that he was basically shooting people, turning him into toys. Turns out they were transported to another universe. And this is where Tim ends up being transported to, and Toyman's running the town, and he's got a bunch of hostages.
Yes, that is
yeah. Like I said, I didn't care. The backup story was kind of weird.
I think I heard that Tim Drake Robin's already canceled.
What a shock!
But by all means, shove it down everybody's throat every chance you get.
They might like that, though.
No, I said it's. I mean, Batman is the closest thing to not taking a risk. But then remember, I know it's a different company, but Marvel did not have a book ship more than 80,000 copies in December. Yep. Shipped. Because, DC probably doesn't have any books shipping 80,000 either, but they sure are shipping Tim and Bernard.
Yep. All right. Number 5. On top 5 here. Go through these real quick. If you haven't read check out the series by Ablaze, not Ablaze, AEW, or no, AWA. There's too many freaking letter combinations of companies now. I literally, if it was AEW,
it's not all elite.
If this was All Elite, it'd even be even better, but it's not. It's AWA.
I
Upshot.
keep thinking A and W like the root
This
beer.
is issue 404. It's by Kari Andrews. If you don't know what I'm talking about, easily one of my favorite books this week.
Have you read the other three?
Yeah, it's me or who?
Yeah.
Is that?
I think he's asking you.
I didn't know you were reading that, Bank.
Yeah. I'm all caught up. I've been reading this, been buying these. They're awesome.
Right on.
It is just a fun series. Yeah. This is the one book that I actually enjoy Kari Andrews' art on. Sorry, Amazing Fantasy fans out there.
I liked his art on Amazing Fantasy. I thought it was pretty good.
Quirky, fun, suspense. It just feels like I'm reading original Spider-Man. You know, you got the big bad villains. You got betrayal. There's no gams in here though.
Oh,
No gams.
the shame, the tragedy, the humanity.
Like I said, it's here's humor in this. There's romance, action. Literally, they can make a movie about this. So basically, Kikaido only has power for 15 minutes. Or no, sorry, 10 minutes. He's 15 years old, and after that, he has to recharge his powers, which he got from some thing called the Void. And they're apparently this is going to be building adding on to this universe. They're going to add more characters from other AWA Upshot books. They're building their own hero verse. But so far, it's been kind of dead in the water for me. As far as I haven't heard anything about them, anything else. At this point, Merc Publishing has already got the bull running, and they're a younger company than AWA Upshot. So, yep. And thank you for the talk about the ruins. I've never watched it. But that's the way that the actual writer for that book, I was talking about Dead Mall, described it: chopping mall and the ruins combined. But anyway, so yeah, overall, it's been a fun series, and it's only 4 issues. Same with the original volume 1, so typically 8 issues. If you haven't collected these, maybe they'll collect them all in one giant hardcover book. It'd be kind of cool, and just power through them.
Yeah, definitely. I need to get the trade. I need to get the first one in trade because I know Ash keeps saying, "Oh, Zach, you'd love it." I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I would.
Yeah, dude.
I just need to find the trade.
Number 4. Do I even have to say anything about this? It's been a fun series. Joker still proving to be a challenge for Batman. Batman. It's basically Batman and Joker on a train this issue. Problem solving and deadly outcome and
they have a Sophie's Choice.
Yep. So you have read this, or at least heard about it?
No,
I think that was one of his 5.
I don't know.
Again, all the cool kids are getting that. Did you get that, Zach?
No.
Too easy.
Like I said, I've been loving the art on the interior in this. I know you haven't been reading new comic books or haven't had time, but this is definitely on your list to read. Mark Silvestri writing and drawing and proving that he's better than Todd McFarlane.
You really have it out for Todd McFarlane.
But can Mark Silvestri make toys? No.
That's true.
Well,
Todd McFarlane makes some good toys.
I don't think Todd makes the toys. I think he just puts his name on them.
He makes the toys that make the whole world sing or something like that.
Yeah. So, dude, honestly, giving a rating on this, trying to remember. I think I give this actually 5 stars.
Oh wow!
Because I have to go back and look. I know I rated it. Oh, I guess I didn't put it on here. Huh. There it is. Yeah, I give it 5 stars. Honestly, if I had to figure out a complaint about this, is that this is going to be a really long series. I think there's only like 6 issues.
I don't think it needs to be any longer than that.
Oh, but the mystery through this, Batman being challenged for this. Batman is not prepared for everything. That's this Batman. He's not prepared always, and even his best preparations don't always work out.
I don't know, who Harvey Bullock's ordering his Uber Eats from, but he might want to consider changing. That's to say, yes.
Yeah, that was kind of gross at the end. And also, it's now the plot's thickening as far as who is actually keeping Harley Quinn hostage. I have a guess, but I'm not going to say who it is because you're not reading this book. It would be a huge spoiler. Zach, you need to get on this. Read these. Be cool for once.
I am cool. I'm just cool in ways that y'all don't even know.
Hey, we spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
That's disgusting and unsanitary.
It's Carlito's way.
Do you have any idea what we're talking about?
I have no clue. That's from something. It's probably from Bosch or some shit.
No, you're just hanging yourself. It's probably from Bosch or something else cool that I don't do.
Haven't you watched Bosch?
No, I don't have the time.
They don't have the time.
I don't.
Well, maybe if you drop those 20 Hickman books you're reading.
What do you mean? I haven't read a Hickman book in 2 weeks.
Oh, so you can't commit to that either. Huh.
We haven't had Hickman reading streams in 2 weeks.
Because of you. All right. This is another book that Zach probably didn't get because he's not cool. This is my number 3.
All the cool kids are getting.
He didn't get it.
You get it, Zach?
No.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Look, I got a really cool book that's going to blow your freaking minds. Just wait till it's my turn. Then you'll be like, oh, Zach, we were wrong. You're so cool.
I kind of doubt that based on your track record tonight.
We'll see. Right. We'll see.
So, man, this has just been an awesome ride. The way Spider-Man's written, the way Kingpin's written, Joe Fixit, aka Hulk. It's just everything Peter David does on this. It's just awesome. This is what we want for Peter Parker. We don't want the crap that was in Amazing Spider-Man. Sorry. I too saw. I went to my shop. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this Terry Godson, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me flip through the pages a little bit, and I was like, oh, there we go, the spa scene. I was like, I'm out. That's right. I dipped out. I don't know about you, Breen, but I dipped out right around there.
On what?
On Amazing Spider-Man before they even got the costumes when they meet up and they run into MJ.
Oh, I saw that page.
Oh,
and it looked phoned in, like the Dodsons had a day to do it. And I read the dialogue. I said, "Yeah, this is terrible."
Yep.
And then I looked through, and I didn't make it to the end. I said, "Nah." Nope. And remember, I said, I get that shit like barely over half price, and I still decided it was too expensive.
I get 20% off each book. You know.
Hey, me too.
But I would say about Joe Fixit, and I'll be serious for a second. One, Zach is still not cool. But it's funny how we've talked about this before. If the writer has a track record that is built up trust,
yep,
you can put up with things that you wouldn't afford a lesser writer, because Spider-Man being whatever that was he was wearing in the first scene, looking like a complete idiot, but it's Peter David. Now, Chip Zdarsky did that before he flipped the script on Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man,
the tux,
and got crushed for it.
Yeah.
Dan Jurgens had Booster Gold wear a tux top over his uniform. Nobody cared.
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's funny. I said we like Peter David, so we figure, it fits. If that's like I said, if that's a shit writer, I kill that.
There's only one scene here where there should have been someone. I don't know if the Hulk got laid, but it kind of implies it a little bit in that one scene I'm talking about. There's here where he's like, "Oh, I gotta go downstairs," and I'll hold on. And it's like, what? I was like, you see her in a towel. She's like, and he's just like putting his clothes on, tying his towel. I was like, wow.
best part of the issue, because people forget this too, when he takes out Kingpin with one punch. And we're not talking Joe Fixit.
No.
See, Zach's over there, not paying attention to us. He's probably checking the last 5 minutes of Real Housewives or something.
I'm reading the comments. I'm communicating with the viewers.
These quitters? Oh, you're the quitter, bro. Yeah, you'll read the garbage Spider-Man, but you won't read the actual good one. Like I said,
I do appreciate how that looks like McFarlane Spider-Man. I do appreciate that.
It's like I said, it's the whole thing. Joe, this is not what I meant when I said hit me. And I gotta say, this actually ties into what's going on in the story.
Yeah,
that's the other cool
crazy idea,
right? Yes, and then we got Blackface Kingpin.
Cancellation.
Well, now we know why Zach. Now we know why Zach didn't get it.
Hey, right. Michael Clark Duncan was a really underappreciated Kingpin.
Dude, yeah, underappreciated by you.
Oh gosh, whatever.
So I liked
him.
No, he was really good in that.
My number 2 book this week. It's Flash.
It only made number 2. Oh, I know what number 1 is. That's right.
Yeah, it's number 1's probably a book you didn't buy.
Because I'm not cool.
Yeah. Well, you definitely, now I know you didn't buy it. So
good grief. I'm not sure I can stay on this stream.
I know we might end it early or kick Zach. Zach's not cool. Zach doesn't read the cool books.
Zach has a lot of Apple on his face right now. That's all I'm going to say. Vank knows what I'm talking about.
It's Carlito's Way. Ironically, that's the name of a movie too. No relation to totally different. But anyway, no, this was a fun issue. I really recommend, if you're not reading The Flash, pick up this series. I guarantee you'll love it all the way through Josh Williamson, going through through Kevin Shinick, I believe it was. Was it Kevin? I think it was Kevin Shinick. It did the Alchemy run with it, and then you could tie into basically Jerry Adams' run here too, with Wally West taking over as a Flash again, as Barry, So, but anyway, everyone's back together. The only thing I notice about this a lot, the artist really likes to show off Max Mercury's butt through this whole entire issue. And Zach knows what I'm talking about, because
I didn't even think about that until you said it. And now
there's only one small part of the panel where you actually see Max facing towards us. Otherwise, his back's always turned towards us on the screen.
Now I'm like, dadgummit, he's right. Roger Cruz does like Max Mercury's butt.
Right. Wallace and Bart, their shenanigans, they're teaming up. It was just insane. There's a new cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, but more questions about who is this new person they rescued that was being used as a battery for powering up their ship. They're actually using a human being, but we don't know who this person is. But they know who Wally is. Well, we also know that Wally, his wife, Linda, is pregnant. Could this be their future son that's unborn? Are they having a son? We don't know. All we know is that they have the twins in the future. That's all ever been shown. So this could be a totally different character. This could be a long distance grandson. We don't know. Or could it be the evil Kid Flash?
Da da da.
The one that was lost in the Speed Force. That was going, the I guess it was evil reverse Kid Flash. You know what I'm talking about?
Reverse Kid Flash. That sounds familiar, but I can't place it.
The kid was a redhead kid. It was a sidekick to Zoom. Well, regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like I said, dude, this has just been a fun series overall. None of this pandering to Twitter mobs. None of this where they're insulting the reader. The guy who writes it actually has kids that are around these age, so he actually knows what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, definitely check it out. Jeremy Adams is a great guy. I don't think I'm on the channel these days with the puppets. He would go for that.
I don't know. Why, you should contact him, see if he can come on Friday night since you're getting creator types on.
You know, that would be kind of cool. Imagine if he came out with Aaron Sparrow and all those guys tomorrow.
Well, I'd give him his own thought, but you should contact him.
Exactly. You know,
you've conversed, right?
Yes.
Reach out to him.
Yes. Jeremy knows my name. I'm special. Senpai, notice me, as people say. All right. So my number one. Obviously, Breen knows what this is.
Because I'm cool.
Yes. And I just gotta say, this book is amazing. Electrifying, astounding,
phantasmagoric.
Are you gonna break out into song or something?
I might.
Oh boy, the Khazar virus. Hey, you got the cool Mike McCone cover.
Oh my gosh, this was just so great. We even get Peter Parker in here again. He's like, oh, he's doing great pictures for the Bugle as he sees Avengers fight against the Troll King. That is yes, and it's not. They're not going against Twitter because there was no Twitter back there. It was a dwarf that made Mjolnir. Yeah.
Zamfir. Oh no, that's Master of the Pan Flute.
So, and
I gotta ask before Venkman describes what Zach. All kidding aside, why are you not getting this?
Who said I didn't get it?
You did 5 minutes ago.
I was leading you along.
You were lying.
Did you get Joe Fixit?
From a certain point of view. No, I did not get Joe Fixit.
Well, at least you're like a quarter cool now.
I'll take the quarter cool. I'll take it.
Yeah. Until he says it's not his number one.
That's all right.
That's how the hesitate.
Baby steps, Vank.
It's probably like his number 3 book, not even 2.
We'll get to that.
Is he even in the top 5?
We'll see. I only have 5. Actually, do I have 5 or do I have 6? I don't know. I think I have 6.
It's number 6.
No. It's not. I'm not going to spoil my list. Just go on with your
spoil my list, guys. Oh, dude. Like I said, fun series here. Willie Lumpkins, man, I just love that character. The mailman and stuff, the whole Avengers up, and he's just kind of walking in. He's got the codes. The Avengers basically the Baxter Building in this. They need to use basically Reed Richards his time machine, which I think is the one that Reed had gotten from Doom.
Yeah, it's the time platform.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more about that, check out our West Coast Avengers readings. Anyway, so yeah, dude, it's a hilarious. The comedy here is great. I love Captain America. Everybody in here too. And then of course we get Janet again going up to what's this? Patsy Walker is in the crowd watching Avengers.
In her only good Hellcat appearance of the year.
I know, right? Of the decade.
Or it's the only cool Patsy Walker appearance of the year, I should say.
Yeah. And it's like, it says like, look up, check out Thor, with his good looks and his muscles. His good. It's like Janet, quit being so thirsty. Overall,
is clearly not living up.
Like I said, I popped when I see Spider-Man comes out of the alley. Not Spider-Man, Peter Parker. He's like, "Oh, I better go help." Wait, the Avengers are there. They'll help out. Thor.
As the last comment, I'm perplexed by.
Jay's got my back. That's what.
Jay, I'll pay you more.
It's- My
To be
I
honest.
don't know. It sounds like someone's bucking for a timeout. Because we can't have misinformation on this channel.
So not only so I got the Avengers. That is such a fun book.
How
So
many books
then
did you end up picking up this week? Was it like a dozen? You said.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of books.
So not only because I got this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. I have to get this reprint.
Oh, I saw that, but I didn't pick it up because I thought I already had the reprint.
So
I have
this is
some Avengers.
$3.99 with the ads, everything.
I came close to getting that.
Like I said, it's Avengers 8. I don't think I had the price range for me.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, of course not.
So I don't have any Avengers trades, so picking up here and there. Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely fun. And yeah. Look at the ads.
If you know just 20 people, you can make at least $50.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah,
That's
more
all. I
likely
like
100,
those.
200. You spare time.
I like those old ads.
Everyone needs Christmas cards. Everyone in Lowe's brown cards.
Brown cards. I don't even know who that is.
So my thing is that, hey kids, if you just know 20 people, you could scam them, like Avon. Now we know where Avon came from.
I saw the coolest ad I've ever seen in a comic book yesterday on the fossils. In some book from like the early 50s. It was an ashtray. It was for an ashtray, but it was a fire pit. And it's like big, elaborate brickwork and everything. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Interesting.
So somebody was watching and said, "I'm putting that on my eBay watch list." I paid. I'd drop $100 for it in a heartbeat.
Looking at the letters.
I love a good fire pit.
It was only $2 in whatever year of the 50s that it was advertised on.
Mm-hmm.
And then yourself. Here you go. Here's your other ads.
Genuine shark's tooth.
Yep.
Of course, you have to take it off the shark.
Yeah. No, I'm not paying for
But
that.
this is the coolest thing. I thought of Breen when I saw this ad.
I said fire pits, Austin.
Big league baseball game.
I have like 5 fireplaces in this house. None of them work, mind you, but
Aw. That's
People-
kind of sad.
well, if too many things fly down the chimney.
Oh.
So the first one worked, and then it stopped working. So I built another one, and then that stopped working. So I built another one.
This is one of this house. It's like actually there's 3. There's one in the room I'm in. There's one. I'm sorry. There's 4. Why?
All right. So then I saw this came out today too. This is a collector's edition. It's a reprint, but includes 4 panels of giant 16 panel mural exclusive cover poster and trading card. The original static.
Oh.
I was like, oh, it's the original book. I don't give a shit about the new one.
Well, yeah. Nobody does.
So I thought that was cool. So it has, like I said, it has the trading card and the cover poster.
Right on.
And it's from Canada.
Apparently, the new static book, the artist kind of pushed Vita off the book.
Really? I saw a thumbnail. I haven't watched one of his videos in forever, but apparently the big comic Zach, he did a video talking about how some of the diversity hires are getting pushed out from the big 2. Like I
Vita. Wonder why.
I could.
Well,
when people are buying the actual throwback books.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened to Vita off air.
Oh, okay.
Danny Laura canceled her.
We already have one.
No, but you're not as off as you think.
So Danny Laura is just replacing her. That's all. She is Vita 2.0. But I wouldn't be surprised if something, they got in a big spike fight or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so before I get to my others, I have some more back issues. So these are some books I had to go back because you know what? We were talking to an awesome writer last week, and he was telling me about there's these books that are crossing over in this universe. So I went through my store and I figured, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can find some books so I can get caught up. And I found some good books, So, all right. So starting off, I got Death Rage, number 3. This is the one that Aaron Sparrow is working on.
Interesting.
Actually, no. I think he's doing some editing on this. I'm not sure if he's doing the writing on this, but he is.
Well, let's see. Death Rage.
No, yeah. He's co-writing it with a character.
From Merck Publishing?
Writer named Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on this.
Just Murphy. Yeah, he's co-writing and he's editor. Aaron Sparrow is.
Yep.
Cool. I like that look. That's a cool look.
4. And then number 5. So I want to see how these cross.
Water?
What's that?
It looks like the shape of water. It's a gill lady.
Yep. Well, I don't know what her character is, but I do know it's crossing over with them. And yeah. So let's go to here. Let's go to Miss Meow. Number 1.
Dang.
Was working on this.
Not sure how you missed that the first time.
I saw it, but I had no idea what it was. Issue number 2. Issue number 3.
Oh, they have a swimsuit special from Merck Publishing too.
Yep, their Kickstarter did one. Number 4. And then we had, and they couldn't find number. Wait, no, I do here. Here it is. Number 5. And number 6, and this is a complete run of the 1 through 6.
Oh, nice. Oh, with the Leonidas helmet.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
So you recognize right away. So yeah, I want to, since they're world building and they're actually doing the world building, unlike AWA. I wanted to actually go through it and read it, so I can, because I'm reading Born of Blood. Man, issue 5 should be coming out at the end of this month through Lunar Publishing. Check it out if you haven't done so. And so I was also at the shop too. These are the last 2 books I have. And the guy comes up, he's like, hey, you ever hear of Apple Comics?
I've never.
And it's just an action in outer space. A lone man and woman face a terror from beyond time. Chuck Dixon.
Time Jump War. Oh.
Yep.
Very cool.
The Time Jump War. So, really,
are they fighting dinosaurs?
It kind of looks like that.
It looks like dinosaurs.
Humanized dinosaurs or something. I don't know.
If Nazis turned humans into dinosaurs, you've got 2/3 of the Zach trifecta.
Apple Comics did a Blood of Dracula series that lasted about 20 issues.
Yeah. So it's a number 1. It's Chuck Dixon. Enrique Villagran. So I figured, you know what? I'll give it a shot. It's Chuck Dixon, man. That can't be horrible. So here's the book I'm excited about. It's not the original run. I would love it, and that's cost way too much on my wheelhouse. But I just think it's pretty incredible.
Very nice.
Yep. Ended up paying $12 for it, but it's all right. I asked him, "Do you have 180, the full appearance, the first appearance?" He's like, "I hate you."
It's like, yeah, in my dreams.
So yeah, I saw it. I was like, I've never seen this in a while before,
Yeah.
So I figured, it's a reprint of them fighting. I figured I might as well, and it's older. This was a $2 book.
Yeah.
Yep, it came out. It's a year younger than I am.
Oh wow. I think the cover. Does the cover go around? I think the cover goes around on the other side too.
I do not know.
I'm pretty sure it does. I could be wrong.
Why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. But you are. Yeah, you're correct.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Because the Wendigo was on the back end. Yeah.
So. Yep. Yeah, here's a
cool.
Yep. So it goes 180 and 181 collected in one thing. That's cool.
Yeah, I like how they do that with the reprinting. Some of these books, like there was the Wonder Man and Beast one that was like 3 issues in one. I like how they do that. You get a lot more content. You pay a little bit more, but you get a whole.
You get a big delight.
You do get a big delight. You know what? You're right. You do get a big delight.
Like I said, I love this, and then they have this here too.
Oh wow! Oh, that original costume.
John Romita drew
those whiskers.
And no one had any idea what was going to come later.
We even get Hercules in this story too. I'm excited.
Yo, Hercules!
And they're drinking beer, and he's smoking a cigar.
Now that's before they made Hercules and Wolverine gay on that alternate Earth. Just clarifying that.
They've always been gay.
Because a lot of people like to harp on that Herc and Wolverine are gay on another Earth. I'm like, okay, what's your point?
I guess it's about time, is what I say.
So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the going price for this is, but I felt $12 wasn't that bad. Expand on it.
$12 sounds like a pretty decent price.
Got that old smell though.
Old comic smell.
Oh yeah, it smells great, and no one colored it. It's great. No one colored it at all. Like I said, fun story, fun book. Excited to read it, and yeah, that's it I have for this week. So whoever wants to go next.
Care if I blitz in mine real quick, Zach?
Go ahead.
I'll be done in just a couple minutes, actually.
All right, Breen.
That's fine.
You're next.
Well, mainly because, Venkman, who is cool, got most of the same books.
You look cool. I'm in the definition.
Number 5, Vampirella, Red Sonja. See Venkman's, review. Number 4, Miracle Man. Slow build, but I think, like I said, Dickie Dauntless, who went crazy in the original series. I think he's going to be the hope for. I still say he's going to be the only one that's going to have a shot at stopping Miracle Man, who is a malevolent dictator in the guise of a benevolent ruler.
Interesting.
And Batman, Joker.
Nice.
I said, that this has an impossible choice: sacrifice a train full of people to save thousands, and then Batman has to figure out a way to save both. Joker ends up making the difference by doing something that Joker does better than anyone, but something Batman would never do, i.e., kills a handful of people. But the way he does it, it actually makes sense in the story. The only problem is that being the same train that Thomas proposed to Martha was a little on the nose. But number 2, Joe Fixit. Just a lot of fun.
Yep.
I mean, I can just
I
see
could-
see the kid on the right going, if I were only a little cooler.
I do like.
I was gonna say, if only they had that cover though. I didn't see that cover at all.
I do like how some of these variant covers, they're like having these dialogue bubbles on there. I do like that.
I would have gotten the A cover if I'd seen it, but I just saw this and grabbed it. And number 1, of course, it's simple. It reads like a Silver Age story. Now, I gotta think that Willie Lumpkin would have a little more on the ball than to knock something into the time machine. But then again, I've seen members of the Fantastic Four do that at the Baxter Building, so we're gonna give him a pass. Because one of the greatest stories of all time was the 76 annuals Fantastic Four, Marvel 2-in-1, crossed over into Marvel Premiere and an issue of Marvel 2-in-1. The catalyst for that story was a thing falling into Doctor Doom's time machine. Went back to World War II. The Nazis got it and used it to win the war.
You know what the Fantastic Four movie was missing in 2005 is having Stan Lee as Willie Lumpkin.
They did have Stan Lee as Willie Lumpkin.
Was he in it? Was he in that movie?
He was in the first one, wasn't he? Or
the first one he was Willie Lumpkin in the first one. The second one he was just Stan Lee.
Oh, okay.
But in the first one he was Willie Lumpkin.
I haven't watched in a while, so
challenge my knowledge on that Fantastic Four movie. I dare you.
All right. Fantastic. Let's go.
No, not that one. Not that one. The Tim Story ones.
And since we're I'll show a couple back issues real quick before
he's gonna turn around. Oh God!
Couple of Supermans. Here's 192.
Oh,
a powerless Clark Kent trying to spank Super Brat.
The broom breaks
while he's eating ice cream.
Actually, of course, it's one of those. Yes, it is a hoax. Yes, it's an imaginary story. It was actually good. I actually enjoyed it. And in true DC style, it was a rare continuing story. But the next month was one of their 80-page all reprints.
Wow, Clark's got a receding hairline there.
So the fans had to wait 2 months for it. And given how young that fan base is, most of them probably forgot they'd read part 1 by then.
That's the one thing I like about the early Silver Age books. And they show his forehead. We got huge for some reason.
Well, it depended on who's drawing him. Here's 208. Still Neil Adams cover.
And he's wearing African garb.
Well, he gets tricked into wearing that. If he takes it off, the bad guys will detonate these bombs around the city. So he can't. He's got to figure out a way to get rid of it. But
Superman,
Lois,
if you don't wear blackface,
but Lois knows, and she's thinking this is how she can catch him as Clark Kent. If Clark Kent shows up with that, so he has to keep fooling her. So he wears a sandwich board around his neck. He wears an umpire's chest protector, and just keeps staying one step ahead of Lois.
So is that why all those politicians were wearing that African garb like 2 years ago? They were like just emulating Superman.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Because there are bombs around the city. That's why.
And Superman 251.
Ooh.
Million. Very cool.
That's it.
All right.
Put the pretty but not cool kid on.
I'm not cool because I'm hot. I'm the Human Torch. Not really. All right.
Is that why you're wearing black tonight?
No, this is my work shirt.
For a funeral?
I hadn't had a chance to change.
It's slimming.
Thank you. I didn't think so, but all right.
It's just Dirty Dance. Actually, no, I didn't realize that. You should have been wearing that last night on the Bad Batch. You want to blend it in with your Sith brother.
Oh. I don't put that much thought into what I'm wearing normally. I just grab a colored shirt for work.
Yeah, apparently Venkman does.
You know what I noticed? He's starting to look like Carrie Hughes. Prince of Brad.
Unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with a proper English accent.
Oh,
That is, by the way, that is my favorite of the Mel Brooks movies. Is Robin Hood Men in
Are you going to see the new Mel Brooks movie?
There's
Part
a new
2?
wait. Oh, he's doing a History of the World Part 2.
And the people I saw the trailer, it looks horrendous.
Like horrendously bad or horrendous like.
Oh, it's probably gonna be woke.
well, it won't be. It won't be woke.
No.
But how much? Mel Brooks is 94, I think. Do you
Yeah,
think
but
he
he
had
was so.
anything?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I said, can we use your name? Huh?
Because he was so against the wokeness because of how anti-humor it is.
His son is a huge woke libtard, and
Yeah.
and he's friends with Rob Reiner.
This is making me sad. Okay, moving on.
That's what I'm telling you right now.
Stop making me
it's-
sad.
I don't know that Rob. I mean, as much as I hate Rob Reiner, if he made a movie for Mel Brooks, he would probably not make it woke because remember, if I'm not mistaken, he directed Spinal Tap. And I know that was a lot of years ago, but I mean, I don't know that Rob Reiner is as woke as he just has terminal TDS.
I don't know, but hello from the long box. We'll be getting another channel popping up. I love movies.
I was going to say, where's I Love Movies? And
Where's was it the I Love Disney World? Or
doesn't he have a
theme
fourth
park
channel
one?
saying, "Oh God, it's Dalton"?
All right,
The channel says Dalton's not here.
I'm gonna go through my 6 books, and I got some back issues, and then I got a trade that I'm really, really excited about. I
Cool.
actually started reading into it. All right, number 6 is Batman 132. I was surprised. I had been defending this, and I'm just over the multiverse stuff at this point. There's some cool stuff with this multiverse Gotham. I liked some of the stuff, but then at the same time, I'm like, I'm over it. Just bring Bruce back.
I
don't. He doesn't need another Robin.
No,
he did do some cool stuff though. I
will say this though. At the end, I shall become a bat. He's gonna become Batman on that Earth.
That would actually. So that was cool. I did enjoy that. I did like he had the little gadgets that he made to fight like Killer Croc, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I'm just over the multiverse stuff. I'm out of it. I'm tapped out of multiverse energy.
I like Venom juiced punchline.
Yeah, Punchline. That was a surprise. Wasn't expecting to see Punchline. I forgot Punchline existed for a minute.
Well, and this Earth, we haven't seen Harley Quinn anywhere, so maybe and there's no Joker.
Well, no, there is
Joker.
Yeah, and then the Tim Drake story. Yeah, there was that one page I could have done without, but other than that, I liked the Tim Drake detective part where he is like the same energy that Failsafe used to shoot Batman. Toyman used it, and either people turn into toys or they disintegrate. I liked his detective use there. It reminded me a lot of the animated episode where Toyman shot Superman and made him go to another Earth. I just remembered that was Toyman in both stories. So I did like that. I like seeing Mr. Terrific pop up everywhere. I think Mr. Terrific needs to be in JSA because that's the team he's on. But the Tim Drake story wasn't terrible. Like I said, there was one page you could have taken out of it. But it wasn't super. I like the failsafe issues better, but this one wasn't bad.
You don't need to read the backup story with Tim, really. It's not. I don't think it's really going to connect anything.
I actually like the Tim. I like seeing Toyman as a villain. Like even if it's not versus Superman, I like seeing Toyman. So I didn't hate the backup issue. Not as much as I thought I would. All right, number 5. Brace yourselves, guys. It's about to get brutal for me. I got Amazing Spider-Man number 19. This is the no prize. They didn't.
Of course you did.
They didn't have the fun where they're on the massage table. They didn't have the fun variant cover of that. All right, I'm gonna stand out from these two. I read the whole issue, and I enjoyed this. Not as much as some of my other books, but I did have fun with this. The Dodson's art. They can do better. It did feel like it was rushed on some pages. I know the Dodsons can do better. As far as the writing, so I read Joe Kelly's Nonstop Spider-Man, which was, as it says in the title, nonstop. Like it was just Spider-Man just on the run. Words were flying everywhere.
And then it stops.
High adrenaline. It was a 5-issue miniseries.
Actually, no, it was supposed to be an ongoing, I thought.
No. It ended at 5 issues. I think he did a sequel miniseries.
It got canceled. It was supposed to go.
No, I think it was just meant to be.
No, I remember my LCS saying it was actually canceled.
Well, I'll have to look into that. When I was buying it, I had heard it was a miniseries. So anyway, yeah, the word balloons. I knew that he was gonna have like weird placement, and some of the writing was gonna be a little wonky. I didn't mind it though.
Sure.
And I know, 99% of people like Spider-Man with Mary Jane. I'm the 1% that like him with Black Cat. So even though I recognize that Peter Parker is ultimately a better written character when he's with Mary Jane, I like him when he's with Black Cat.
But here's the problem, though. We didn't need to see Mary Jane whatsoever in this whole entire book. It would have been a lot better.
Yes, arguably, yes, that is true. I also like how they made Mary Jane's boyfriend whiter. Like, did you notice that? Did you see that? He's definitely whiter than he first appeared.
The dialogue made him sound like he was like her dad.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't look into that. I didn't read into the dialogue.
Like she's just using the guy. Like she's not really even into him.
It brings White Rabbit in as the villain. I did like the whole villain plot. Like it's these rich Silicon Valley synergist guys that she rents out villain equipment to.
The Kiss page.
The Kiss page. I don't know what Kiss page he's talking about there.
The whole book is no
price. The whole book is a no price. But I had fun with it. I want to see the conclusion. Basically what happens is even though there's none of these like Sinister Six LARPers are guilty, there's a murder that happens and none of them want to be accused and sent to jail. So I'm curious to see how it ends. I also thought it was funny the way the Dodsons draw White Rabbit. For a split second, I thought it was Harley Quinn. It's like you guys need to distinguish them a little bit better. I recognize it's the Dodsons. 50% of their girls look the same. But anyway, I had fun with it. All right, number 4? 4. Monkey Prince, number 11. Guys, this is a really fun book.
It's monkeys.
This is really fun. Well, no, besides monkeys. Okay,
this shit is bananas.
It is. It's really cool. So this one dives into his origins, and I have to think that it's going to be like it's a 12-issue miniseries, but I got to think they have plans because all the info dump that happens in this, like, no way you're going to tie up all the loose ends in one more issue. You got to have more stuff on the way, hopefully, anyway. So you find out that Monkey Prince has an adopted grandfather who is a famous, kind of a big deal supervillain, and he knows, the grandfather knows that Monkey Prince is his grandson. And so there's some really cool, like, family dynamic stuff there. His dad is a henchman for the bad guy, for the grandfather. So really, really cool. But yeah, he finds out some of his origin in this. He finds out where he's from. The Monkey King. It's his dad. Really, really fun. I'm shocked. I didn't know that I was going to like it this much. No, Jay. Shocker. It is not Gorilla Grodd.
I'm shocked, but not that shocked.
Try again. Yeah, really, really fun book. Highly recommended. This one doesn't tie into Lazarus Planet quite so much. I think they mentioned the rain, the Lazarus rain going on, but that's about it. It doesn't really bear anything onto the plot. No, it is not Grodd. I'm telling you, Jay, it's not. Try again.
So here's my question as far as the timeline goes, as far as the rain.
Yeah.
Like, it's raining everywhere. Last rain, no matter what part of the world you're in. So wouldn't there be massive floods?
It depends on how heavy it's raining.
But if it's continuous raining, though, how long has it been raining? And if it's raining everywhere, there's no dry areas. It's just constantly raining.
That's a good point.
We're gonna have Noah's Ark with this company's called Lazarus Ark.
It's very good. I don't know if they consider
it's a magic rain, so it's just like it just.
Maybe it's like maybe it just disintegrates as soon as it hits the water. I don't know. All right, number 3, because these guys didn't believe that I got it. I got the last one.
It's number 3, though.
It's number 3. It is. Here's why it's number 3. Here's why. Because I appreciate it. I like the stylings. I like the art. It was just, I don't know, something was missing. Oh, maybe it's the guy whose face is in the middle of the cover. There was no Kang in this issue. I was kind of bummed at that. Instead, we get the Dwarf King, not the Troll King, the Dwarf King of Nidavellir, which was interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It just lacked a little bit of the punch that the first issue had. Just a little bit, not a lot. They do go into the Baxter building, but the Fantastic Four are off somewhere else, which I was like, oh, that's kind of a missed opportunity. But I get you don't want to overcrowd the book. But no, still a really fun issue. I still highly recommend this. If anyone out there is an Avengers fan or a Kang fan, or you just like these older style Silver Age books, highly recommend this.
Here's my counter argument to that book.
Okay, counter
argument. You have a
argument.
variant cover with Kane on it.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
On the main cover, he's not
cover
on
B.
It.
Oh well, why put him on the cover B? I mean, why put him on any cover?
Because what's going to happen with the movies? Phase 5 is going to be all about Kang.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I can see it.
Actually, so the main cover actually interacts with what's happening in the book with the tentacles.
The tentacle hentai. Yes. There were some real fun moments. There were some fun cameos I did enjoy. Jay, stop guessing. Stop guessing gorilla people. Okay.
There's literally a scene in there where Iron Man goes with the Troll King. He's like, I was like, he puts his hand on the Troll King and tries to grab it, and he's like, really? A man with armor? Iron is nothing to us. Like it's like yeah. It's like crushing. It's like starts crushing like Iron Man's hand. Yeah. And the other thing is, I love the fact that this is also time when Tony, they don't know it's Tony Stark in the suit, so he has to like, and Jan's like, well, hey, we need you. Goes in. I need my two guys, my two sciencey guys here. I need Iron Man and Hank. Get this time machine running. And it's like, and he's like, hey, I'm just a bodyguard. I'm not a scientist. But
Yeah.
But so I love it whenever they put down Stark though, like they insult Stark, he has to like quickly defend Stark. It's him. Like I said, the Willy Bumpkin really sold it for me. Just the attention, the detail. Peter Parker coming in. These are great pictures. I'm gonna get back to the Beagle because at first he's gonna help and like Spider-Man's gonna interfere. And he's like, no, I'm gonna go the other. So, like I said, I just love classic Peter Parker. The way they draw everybody too is just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. Look, it's in the top 3. It's in my top 3. It's not a bad book by any means.
Oh, it is like phenomenal book. It's probably the best Avengers book right now out for sale.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only other ones out right now are the Jason Aaron ones.
I dare say it'll still be better than Jed McKay hasn't even written yet, but I dare say it. Jed McKay is not going to be able to let a candle anywhere near this.
We'll see. All right, number 2
is The Flash.
Wrong.
Wow, that made you your number 2?
This is my number 2. This is the Daredevil issue that I have been waiting for. It took 8 issues to get here, and Zdarsky, I'm not letting you off the hook for that. But this is a dynamite Daredevil issue. This was fantastic. First of all,
you just like it as a giant dragon. If there's no dragon,
Marco Cicchetto earned his paycheck 3 times over in this issue. This is absolutely incredible. All the detail, all the action scenes going on here. This was fantastic. Just really fun. You've got Daredevil and Elektra leading the fist against Punisher with the hand. They got zombie ninjas. They do have a dragon. It's just a nonstop battle scene. So just awesome. Really fun to read. So you've got all the different Daredevil villains that he's like been rehabilitating, like Rocket Racer, Stiltman. Stiltman was kind of like not a joke in this one, which didn't know was possible. Just a ton of fun. I had a blast with it.
No, I don't like to mention anything about the Hobbit, the Thorin, the Dwarf King. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I don't.
Yes, there was a different dwarf though, not Thorin Oakenshield.
This is and
I've read The Hobbit, Austin B. Don't worry. I'm one of the 5 people that like the movies and read the books. So, yeah. This was great. I loved the animosity, the hatred that Punisher has for Daredevil, and Daredevil doesn't like the Punisher, and they're just like both of them giving it their all. I loved it.
So
Great.
whatever you just said right there is basically cliche because they've never liked each other.
Yeah, and you
yeah.
get that when they're fighting each other. You like feel that like
and
that
it's
energy.
And it's a very brief fight too.
Well, yeah, because it's also loaded with a bunch of other stuff. Like I said, you've got the stick, you've got Aka or Aka. I always want to call her AKA.
Aka versus Stick, and then
Aka versus Stick, Aka versus Elektra. You've got Stegron and all the other like Daredevil reformed villains try to take down the dragon.
Speed Demon came in and took my interest away just that fast.
Was it Speed Demon? I thought it was Rocket Racer. Is it Speed Demon?
He's from the Hyperions. He's Hyperion's buddy.
I thought he was like the Spider-Man. He was like in the superior foes of Spider-Man.
Squadron Supreme.
I thought it was
he's their Flash.
Yeah. I know that, but I didn't think this was him. I thought he was like a low rent, like a low budget Spider-Man villain.
No, it's no Speed Demon that runs in.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to double check on that. But anyway,
the art sells it. The art sells the book. That's what it's art.
The art is a big plus, but the way Zdarsky wrote this whole battle issue, this is the Daredevil issue I've been waiting for. Like
I didn't even need to have Zdarsky in the book. That's the point of this.
You just don't like Zdarsky anymore.
No, it's not true. No, I enjoyed the current Batman. You know.
Okay.
It's just that I just didn't get at this point. It's like the art is what made it awesome, but at the point it was just like, okay, we'll throw a giant dragon here. I'll give you this. That's, if anything, it's Chichetto. You had anybody else on that book, without Chichetto's art, it wouldn't have been as great.
What do you mean, like any other artist?
Any artist. You did Mike Hawthorne on there, it would have sucked.
Maybe. I mean,
Chichetto is a phenomenal artist.
Look, Chichetto is definitely a high point here, but I think that just the story, the way the battle was laid out itself, I mean, for me, I enjoyed it. Chichetto was definitely a high point. Also, I liked the ending because the Avengers now have to go after Daredevil because Daredevil had broken supervillains out of prison. He broke supervillains out of prison.
Spider-Man, who's been wanted by the police and the Avengers, should be like, maybe we should see what's going on. Talk to him first before we go kick his ass.
Yeah, maybe that's what Spider-Man is thinking. But do you think he's going to tell Captain America no?
All three of them stand there. Let's kick his ass, pretty much.
He didn't say let's kick his ass. He said, yeah, we're going to have to take Daredevil. Like when I read it, it sounded like in my head as I'm reading it, I can read Peter Parker sounding like really like I don't want to do this. But if it has to be done, then yeah.
But by the way, 4 senses, just as a heads up, Stegron and Rocket Racer were both Spider-Man villains.
Stegron was too? Okay.
Yeah, Marvel Team Up 19 and Amazing Spider-Man 172, respectively.
But I don't think it's Rocket Racer, though. I'm pretty sure
I think it's Rocket.
Make a look.
Okay, you do the looking up. I thought for sure it was him, but I could be wrong. It seems really weird to have a Squadron Supreme guy in there just like by himself.
Yeah, Speed Demon, was from the Squadron Supreme universe.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if this one was ever a face because he
he
popped up in Spider-Man like 221 or 2 as a full-on bad guy again. I think he might have done some time with the Thunderbolts too.
Yeah, it's Speed Demon.
It is Speed Demon. Okay. I thought it was Rocket Racer for some reason. I thought he looked like I saw the costume. I was like, hey, that's the guy from Nick Spencer's
Rocket Racer's black.
Yeah.
And he literally, when skateboards were big, he was literally rode around a skateboard.
Yeah.
I remember Night Thrasher had a skateboard too.
Agony is the new symbiote.
She's not new. She's been around.
Well, probably introduced.
Agony was one in there. Around War of the Realms. She was in the Kingpin's.
So the standout character in this, though, this whole entire issue, the standout character, he wraps you around his legs.
What are you talking about?
Stiltman, you dumbass.
Oh, Stiltman. Oh, yeah.
Standout character? Standing.
Oh, gosh. You're doing the Englentine thing where you put the clues in the sayings now. Oh, my gosh. He's the next Englentine. No, I liked it. I was like, oh, hey, Stiltman.
Stiltman goes against the dragon, goes up, and this, I guess his legs should just stretch on for infinity because he wraps himself around the throat of the dragon. And then Stegron is trying to use his control over dinosaurs to calm the beast, the dragon.
Well, he says he can't calm dinosaurs. He can only calm like other smaller reptiles.
Yeah,
the dragons.
I mean, so he tries to do it again.
Yeah,
it's.
So, anyway, like I said, I had a blast with it. Action-packed issue from cover to cover. Ton of fun. Highly recommend. Like I said, Zdarsky, you took 8 issues to get here. A little too long, but it was worth it. All right, number 1. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of build-up because y'all probably already guessed what it is. It is The Flash. It is issue 792. This is a Wally, almost Wally-less issue. There's a little bit of Wally, but this is, let's be real, this is a Bart and Wallace story, definitely, and it's really fun. The chemistry they have, the whole way that Bart comes off like, oh yeah, Bart's the secret ingredient when fighting Miss Murder, because of how she tracks heroes and how she hunts them and how Bart counters that. It's a ton of. There's a panel in here. I don't laugh out loud when I read comics, but there's a panel where I did laugh out loud, just sitting alone in my living room reading this, and I just like, it was good. It was really funny. The energy that Jeremy Adams put into these two kids.
What scene was that?
It's the one where they're holding the thing and the two guards come around the corner, and Bart's like, "We'll just scram them." And so Wallace and the two guards, they also like, "What?" Like all 3 of them. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And then
I just love the fact that whenever Wallace is like, "Get a plan." No, isn't that great?
Yeah,
he's always called Impulse.
No thinking. That's why they call me Impulse. Yeah, really, really fun. I like the ending. The ending was a nice little twist. Like, there's some people that get shown, and you're like, how are they going to tie in, or what's going on? Like, what are they being used for? So I'm looking forward to the next issue, which I believe will either be next week or the week after.
Yeah, I was tweeting or tweeted conversation with Jeremy Adams because Roger Cruz has Miss Murder. Is this character? She can only hear you by thoughts, and she can't see stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got 2 dogs, so I tweeted back as like, is she gonna ask Wally if he's a god? Gozer.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
So thoughts on that character though? You were saying you think it's Dr. Light. I think it's McGann.
Well, you talking Miss Murder? You mean?
Yeah, Miss Murder. I think it's Miss Martian.
I didn't say Dr. Light, did I?
You originally you said it was Dr. Light. Who she really is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I McGann.
Because she goes by thoughts. She reads your thoughts.
If it's a thought thing, maybe.
That was the whole thing. Because he said, just turn your brain off. She can't follow us then.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, are we sure that it's not just some brand new character that's been created just for the story?
Well, the thing with these characters, the Batmans who let laugh, they're usually a dark version of the character.
True, but as far as we know, the Fraction aren't like an alternate universe. Like, they're an alien species, but they're still from this universe.
Yes, but they got this. They go to different universes, though. Remember?
No, I think they just go to different galaxies.
Well, regardless, though,
if it turns out to be like a dark version of Miss Martian, I think it'd be one of the more interesting things they've done with Miss Martian.
The weird thing is that she looks like Storm with that mohawk.
A little. I noticed that. I was like, wow, it's a unique choice. Okay.
Austin, I can't confirm that.
I don't want to scream my eyes. And Evil Black Cat's not here too. So I did find some issues in my 50-cent bins this week. I got Speedball. This is the final issue of Speedball. This is issue number 10.
Oh.
So I have the first and the last issue. I found some of Judd Winnick's Outsiders that I didn't have. This one has The Huntress.
Oh.
This one has Black Lightning. Lightning Strikes.
Who's doing the art of that?
Who's doing the art? And this one is Tom Raney. This one is Will Conrad. Conrad? Yeah.
Well, Conrad, I remember that name.
And this is the Haunting of Arsenal, because they were both on the team at the time. And then I found this one. I have no idea who the creators are or where it's from, but it had Creature Commando vibes, so I picked it up. It's called Monster Planet.
Oh,
So
there was another book that came out. I flipped through it. I read most of it. A couple of comic book stories. I was like, oh, whatever. So I was gonna buy it, but yeah, that was that Lazarus one.
oh, it's a Xenoscope book because there's a big old Xenoscope ad on the back.
Which one is that called?
Monster Planet.
Okay, I've heard of it. Never read it though.
Someone named Brusha and Mueller.
John Brusha. Yeah.
Brusha? Could be Brusha. Yeah. So yeah, I saw it and I was looking for like some Frankenstein Agent of Shade books, which they didn't have any. But I found this. So I was like, yeah, maybe it'll be good. Now the trade. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say they had Lazarus Planet at Next Evolution. Because there was supposed to be Ram V wrote a story on there. Ram V writes the first story. It's with Red Hood.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah.
Not too good.
I mean, for Ram V, sure. But the fact that he's, do you remember how Red Hood is not allowed to use his guns anymore?
Yeah, that's dumb. He uses crowbars now.
So he uses the crowbar, and that's pretty much about it. And then he's like, he's chasing this person, and who's stolen this. So what was it? A canister of Lazarus. The Lazarus pit, the liquid.
Yeah.
Somebody had a canister, and he's like, he found it first, and he's like, I was like, of course, I didn't want the Batman to know this because once Batman gets a hold of something, you'll never see it again.
Yeah. That's true.
And so he's like, I'm gonna follow this, see where it's going to. And as he's following it, we're introduced to basically this three new group of characters.
Is that the Vigil? Is that what they call
the Vigil?
Them?
Yeah, the Vigil.
I read that. I read an article about that. Yeah.
So they have, you have the Vigil in here too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's he's basically just the guy. He's like, he's like, oh, and then he's like, of course, no, I didn't realize this was a gunfight because he didn't bring his guns with him. So the guy was shooting the gun at him. I was like, dude,
you just don't have your guns because editorial is making him.
Hates him with his guns.
They're dumbing him down like they did with Punisher. But anyway, enough of that. This trade paperback, guys, I love this trade. When I saw this, I was like, I was this close to getting. I had the Public Domain. They had the collected edition of Public Domain by Chip Zdarsky, and I had it. And then I saw this, and I was like, I can't get both. I can get one or the other. So I put that Public Domain, and I picked this up instead. This is DC Comics: The Art of Darwin Cook.
Nice.
And it collects 400 pages of covers and also different comics that he did. So it's got like his very first story that he did, which was The Private Eye from Talent Showcase in 1985.
They're watching you.
It's got, I mean, there's just all kinds. He has several Jonah Hex stories in here. I didn't know that he drew Jonah Hex. You've got some Harley Quinn holiday special with written by Jimmy Palmiotti. He and J-Bone, I didn't know this. I need to read this story. He and J-Bone did art for a Superman story that was written by Stan Lee, and that's in here. So, and of course, you have all the beautiful covers and everything. Just a ton of stuff that I'm just going to have a blast reading through.
Nice.
I love these. These were the covers he did for JSA. I think this one was the final issue of JSA.
We got some New Frontier in there?
Yeah. There's some New Frontier. There's this 1-page monologue, if you want to call it that, from Rip Hunter. It's actually really funny. I did read through it. It's just 1 page. But it's Rip Hunter. And Darwin Cook wrote it too. He did some writing as well. So it's Rip Hunter being like, everyone likes to ask, what universe does New Frontier take place on? And I tell them, who cares? It's a fun story. Just go with it.
Yeah, so apparently the DC universe, the James Gunn's buildings, it refers it's going to be like the New Frontier, kind of like they're
okay.
Kind of like that.
So yeah, I mean, there's some Batman Beyond. There's a bunch of Batman Beyond covers. There's some Catwoman. There's a lot. There's a Dr. Fate story in here. Just a whole lot. I just love his art. Like, it's just something about it. They get like there's some New Frontier.
It's
for
very
like
simplistic.
The simplistic, but it's also the style of it too. It's like it's got an old time feel to it. There's this whole New Frontier where it's like Batman and Superman are fighting
like
for the
chibi
first
art.
time.
Yeah.
No, it's not chibi art. I know what chibi
look,
art.
go back and look at Wonder Woman again. She kind of looks pudgy.
Right there.
The page before, where they had all you were showing before.
Chibi is like tiny bodies with.
I understand that, but she looked chubby though in that one, so it looks very cartoony.
Yeah, well, to each their own. But yeah, there's Darwin Cook, man. It's a shame.
How dare you say it's Bruce Timmish? Bruce Timm is better.
How dare you say Bruce Timm is better? He's good. I'm not gonna lie, but there's also this really cool Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner's story in here too that I started to read and I didn't finish it. I need to finish that one though. But it was a Jeff Johns story. He's got some Spirit covers in here that make me want to read the Spirit. I think he's got a Spirit and Rocketeer cover in here as well. I could just go through and flip through and go page to page. I don't want to.
I'm still waiting for the Kyle Rayner omnibus, and it has on the cover is a refrigerator door.
That would be hysterical, and I'm sure Gail Simone would throw.
I know that's. I mean,
now I want a Bruce Timm art book though. Thanks for that, Jay. Now I gotta go track down a Bruce Timm book because I do like Bruce Timm's art a lot too.
Yeah, screw cartoons, Austin P. Yeah, down with cartoons.
I don't know. I think Darwin Cook. I think that Bruce Timm his are more stylized. Like I don't know. They're similar. They're definitely similar, but I think Darwin Cook's have a little bit more personality, especially like in the faces.
I like Bruce Timm's art in the original series, and then I don't know who took over for the new animated series.
For which one? Which animated series?
Batman, yeah. The new animated series. It just seemed like the art just went crazy.
I do know that Bruce Timm does have a lot of cheesecake books. I am aware of this fact.
Yep.
So
I have a cheesecake in the fridge right now.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Next to Sue Dibney.
Oh, God.
But Zach, if it makes you feel any better, I may not live long enough to eat it because we went to the warehouse today.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some really old DCs on the back wall. So I grabbed a couple boxes of them to basically mark down a little bit and put them out.
Uh-huh.
And we did that several months ago. And the must from the old ones damn near killed me. I mean, I've been coughing and
oh no.
So I'm wondering if it's like the paper they used back 50 plus years ago when it sits in a room that's not
ventilated.
Ventilated because I have been hacking and blowing my nose basically since I got home with them.
Oh no. It's you got one of those. It's like the when they dig up the tombs, you get the curse.
Yeah, because I get boxes from that warehouse every week.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't had this problem since that time that I raided that back wall in those old DCs. Because I mean, there's like 60-plus-year-old Superboys and shit like that, and it's just I mean, you can smell those from space.
I was gonna say, is there any black mold in that back room at all?
I don't think it's mold, but I think that they're just the paper is so old and musty that it's just I don't know. It's that's a quandary. I said it's they're cool to work on, but now then again, I don't have anybody to slough them off on. So but I'm wondering now if I should just like move them as far away from where I sit as possible until I do them.
You start wearing a mask as you like go through them, maybe.
Well, probably should because COVID kills 150 million people a day still.
Whenever I think of
hadn't stopped yet, huh?
No.
So, Rob and I reviewed Tulsa King. There's this old guy. He's on an oxygen tank, and he takes it off, and then he grabs his cigar and takes a puff. A cigarette. That's Breen.
Oh, I saw a guy walking by himself with his mask around his chin, working on a long dart. I think that's matchless dedication.
It's like you can't breathe, but I want the nicotine. So it's like at that point, just use a patch.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a better idea. Yeah.
I lit the oxygen on fire, oxygen tank right next to me.
No, I mean, like I said, as a smoker, I know it's addictive. I mean, you
Right.
can't just turn it on and off. But it just cracks me up. I was laughing more. It's 2023.
Yeah.
We know we know masks were useless.
Yeah.
But there are people that still believe because where they consume their news, they're probably still getting told it's the difference between life and death.
There's only
Not
one
not the no exercise, the overeating, the 2 packs a day.
So
it's wear that mask and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
There's only the one shop I go at, the big box LCS store I go to. They're still wearing masks.
That's absolute insanity.
And I asked her, "Are you guys? Is your boss Jason?" No, it's like no. One guy's like, I personally just choose to wear because I haven't got sick of anything, or so. I said the bad thing is that you're not going to be exposed to any germs because the whole point you're getting sick, and then you build after a while you build up a defense against it, But so if you're not exposing yourself to that stuff, when it finally hits you, it's going to be horrible.
I mean, we got a guy at the store that still wears a mask. I mean,
but
whatever. I mean,
these people wear their mask in their car and then they wear it all the way till they get home, and they're probably wearing it in their home probably.
And now the guy that wears the mask at our store, it goes off as soon as he steps outside.
Really?
And he walked back in the store today and didn't have it on. He put it back on to go back up to the counter. I
would have rushed up to him while he had his mask off and see him.
It's but like I said, he doesn't. He's a leftist, but he doesn't. He's not a zealot about it or anything like that. It's just he chooses to wear it, so I don't give him any grief for it. I said I the couple times I wore a mask, I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, I just it was interesting because I was thinking about it. Like it's been COVID ended 2 years ago. Technically ended in 2021.
Honestly, for the two of you, it was never there.
Yeah.
I mean, barely. I mean, I got it, and I've had worse colds.
Well, I had it 2020.
But I'm saying, you got sick, but I think you had more than COVID.
I probably had the flu plus COVID.
Yeah.
Probably.
But what I'm saying is, it was no threat to your life the way they were telling us that everybody was going to die.
I mean, I for 2 weeks I had a high temperature. I had the chills.
Oh, you were miserable. I remember that. You were. I mean, I wouldn't have. If I'd been as sick as you were, I wouldn't have done any YouTubing. I just would have.
I'm dedicated to my fans.
I just would have laid around and bitched.
Yeah, I did. Because well, I got a blanket on me. I'm freezing, and then the next minute I'm sweating. So I'm like, hot, cold. Instantly. And I watched on NBC.com. I don't think they'll still do, but I watched all of Kolchak, all 22 episodes of Kolchak the Night Stalker.
There's 20, but
or whatever. Yeah, it's 2022. Well, I guess they
expanded a couple. I mean, it's just some people say they're 22. But did you lose your taste or smell?
I did lose my taste.
Okay, because
I cried after the second week, and I was like, I had one can of Mountain Dew left, and I was like, and I went to go taste it. I was like, no, I was starting to feel better, and I couldn't taste it. I was like, it just tastes like a lemon tart.
Zach, did you ever get COVID?
I've had it twice, I think. The first time I had it was around Christmas and New Year's of 2021. Yeah, 2021. Knocked me out on my ass for like 2 weeks.
Really? Did you lose your sense of taste?
I don't think I lost my taste. I do think I lost my sense of smell. Actually, I say it knocked me out.
Sure?
I didn't eat a whole lot. I mean, I had soup and tea, and that was about it. But smell, I remember not being able to smell very well.
Yeah, temperature.
And honestly, I had a fever and I had like the achy joints and all that. Maybe a day. Like the symptoms came in like one after the other. I didn't have two overlapping symptoms. Like day one, I had the achy joints. 2 days I had achy joints. Then at the end of the second day is when I got the fever. I had the fever for like a day and a half. Then that broke. But then I was just like fatigued and tired. And then like for like 3 days, the longest one, I had a really bad sore throat. Like it felt like I was swallowing razor blades. It was really bad. But that was it though. As soon as I got over that, like I had sniffle. I had like a mild runny nose for like a month after that. But other than that, I was fine.
Yeah, like I said, like mine, I have as I choked twice. I really don't swallow pills. I didn't want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I had my fever, I was like, oh, okay, I got to take something, And I was at the point where I was taking the aspirin, crushing them up, putting them in a water bottle, shaking it just so I could drink it down. I was like, oh, this is the most disgusting taste ever. Other than Yoo-hoo tastes gross.
Yeah, I don't get the fascination with Yoo-hoo.
It's so weird that the oldest, the most out of shape in a smoker got it so much easier than you, Zach, who I know are way more healthy than I'll ever be.
Oh yeah, I hardly ever. I might get a flu. I might not even a flu. I might come down with like a cold like once a year for a day or two. I mean, I'm a pretty healthy guy. I mean, I could drop a little weight. I'm working on that.
So I have had walking pneumonia twice in my life.
Oh,
did you have the boogie woogie flu too?
Well, that might have been when I had it in 2020. I mean, I did lose the sensation. I don't get flu shots. I stopped getting flu shots. I've
never had a flu shot.
I got them.
I haven't either.
The last one I got when I was probably like 20 years old because it was free through the thing. So I was like, I don't want to go down there, wait in line, have somebody just jab me with. I have no idea what they're jabbing with.
You can probably get somebody to punch you in the face for free. That still doesn't mean I would do it.
Right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it'd probably be more effective against the flu.
Well,
because
let me rethink that.
I'd be knocked out. No, but like I said, it was the point where I didn't trust what they're doing, and then I just seeing the lies and deceits come out in the news and stuff. But I was like, I don't want to be a test monkey. Whatever news out there.
Yeah, that was my thing. So my first thing was I'll wait until the who is it, like the FEC or the food and whoever
Food Drug Administration. Yeah.
Food Drug Administration. That's FDA. What? Yeah. FEC. FDA. I was like, I'll wait until they approve it and everything.
FDR. Yeah.
Well, now all you have to do is wait for CNN sponsored by Pfizer.
Yeah, exactly. I started to see that, and I was seeing how like Pfizer and them were working. I was like, this doesn't look like. And I think I'm just getting more cynical as I get older.
No, it's not cynicism.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. Talking about getting cynical about politics, Sydney Watson, she revealed today that she's stepping down from her channel, or she's going to be doing stuff with the quartering, but she doesn't. She's to the point where she's just done with politics.
Wait, who's Sydney Watson?
Dr. Sydney Watson.
Oh, okay.
Australian, yeah. So she said she's like, I'm gonna do something with the quartering, but it's basically I just have to show up. I'm not doing all the She's on the point where I'm just sick of this. She's like, I'm wasting my time. It does, and she's also getting burned out again. So she created a new YouTube channel. She's gonna start playing games and streaming them. So more power to it, man. I guess people watch her regardless what her content is.
I need to get my streaming set up so I can play games and just stream it.
What kind of games are you gonna play?
I've got like 5 or 6 games that I haven't beat right now. I've got Hogwarts Legacy. I've got God of War. I've got Marvel's Midnight Suns. I've got the new Fire Emblem, and I've got One Piece Odyssey.
See, I'm boycotting Hogwarts Legacy and the other 5 that you mentioned because I've never played a video game in my life. But
I know, dude. Hogwarts Legacy has almost 500,000 people streaming and watching it on Twitch, and the game hasn't even been released yet. Like it's still in like the early preview. Like most people haven't gotten.
Yeah, we caught this scene outside the company they're making it. RK Rowling's house.
J.K. Rowling's house.
Yeah, they're basically they're protesting.
That's what happens, Zach. They're all out in front of RK Rowling's house. So
yep,
they screwed up.
This is your Twitter mom.
Well, they double screwed up because J.K. Rowling had nothing to do with the video game at all. She might get some royalty payments off it, but she gets way more money just from the theme parks. But nobody's boycotting the theme parks because
Ricky. For those who don't know who Ricky Berwick is, I'd go. He's
a pretty fun guy.
He's a pretty funny guy.
He's pretty funny.
He has some kind of like spinal disability or dwarfism stuff, so he makes fun of it too. He's always makes fun of himself. Yeah, and somebody said if you were gonna play Hogwarts Legacy, you would support racism, bigotry, and all that stuff. He's like, so he plays. He also the clip of the title of the screen of the Hogwarts Academy, whatever the thing is, like, and he's like, oh hey, what's up, bro?
So do you know? So I don't know if anybody in the chat knows, and I'm sorry, we're getting to video game talk. I know y'all don't normally come here for this. So there's a gamer that I watch, Melanie Mack, who's really cool. She's playing Hogwarts Legacy, and she made her wizard or her witch character, and the witch name that she has is I'm a bigot. Just to trick people.
Yeah, I
off.
saw that she hangs out with geeks and gamers. At least it was on a show.
She's been on like the Friday Night Tight show a few times. She's not like on their team, but I mean they've collaborated on stuff. She's pretty cool though. She's pretty cool.
Like I said, to be fair, I haven't watched a Geeks and Gamers video in like 4 years.
I stay pretty up to. I don't watch them all. I used to.
And now, like I said, I don't know what his content is now. I can't really judge him off his character. But back then, with a few times I did watch him, he just came off smug.
Who? Jeremy?
Jeremy, yeah.
He kind of is. He's kind of like one of those guys. Like the douche is kind of like his character shtick. Which
he's the guy that wears sunglasses at night.
Sometimes it's fun, and sometimes I'm just like, I want to watch something else.
Yeah.
But I don't watch them as much as I used to. But every now and then they're still entertaining.
So,
I like to keep my variety. I like to keep my viewing options open. Variety is the spice of life.
Oh, and just to get politics on my system, if you guys have heard about this, James O'Keefe has been fired by Project Veritas. He's on paid leave.
I saw that, which is bizarre because the guy is
because he went after Pfizer. Because he went after Pfizer, and now YouTube apparently has filed a police complaint report against him.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
And, I mean, shoot.
Where the incident happened, all they did was come up with a guy at the camera, a YouTube guy. He came up to one of the guy who works at YouTube. Came up to him at while he's jogging in a public park, public property. So there was no private property, and just I was asked questions. So the guy ends up going to way out of the way where did it happen and find a report there in a different city. It's all over, which is close to YouTube headquarters.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's so they wanted basically his GPS information where he was that day so you could track him. All within the span of 5 days. He got a letter in the mail, and he got a letter in his mailbox, and so they basically are cutting ties with him. And it's also been revealed that they actually have new owners now. Remember, it's a nonprofit, but apparently
Pfizer, you mean?
For Project Veritas.
Oh, Project Veritas.
They're nonprofits, so apparently they have a new backers, a new owners. So basically, and because they were threatened to be kicked off of Instagram and Facebook, which is their other place they go to other than Twitter now. Another example of Big Con, Big Con's catering to big tech.
We're gonna be kicked off the stream is gonna be like kicked off YouTube because we're talking about this now.
So I don't know. Like I said, so I was just saying real quickly, go check out Project Veritas on Twitter and look at their posts, and they are just getting completely disratioed. Everybody's saying the guy who created the channel, created the business, everything. It's Project Veritas without James O'Keefe.
It's kind of
another CNN chill.
He'll just get picked up by Fox.
No,
Daily Wire.
no, he won't.
You don't think so?
Pfizer's too powerful. Pfizer rules the world.
I bet you Crowder would pick him up.
So, like I said, I want James to keep this. You know what? You build it one time, just do it again.
Well, yeah, he could do that too. That's
and
true.
and because like I said, I know people that are unsubscribed from daily caller because or daily wire, what it's called, because of a Crowder thing and stuff. It's the point where Tim Pool lashed at his friends, or not his friends, but lashed out at the people in his chat. The people are paying him money for his subscribers, calling them bots over the lies of blue, and then
Tim
now he
Pool's
turns
kind of
codes, and
been
now
nuts.
he's saying that he
Yeah.
apologized. So, like I said, we'll find out. But that being said, get back to comic books. Do you have anything else you got to show off tonight? Are you done?
I'm done. I actually got to go grab something and eat real quick because we are, as far as I can tell, Skip says we are going on for a Hickman stream.
Well, that's surprising because he said he hasn't read any of his books in the past 3 weeks, his new books.
Well, I think tonight is more of just like reviewing. We've been reading through Hickman's Ultimate series, like his Ultimate books, which aren't as great as his Fantastic Four and his Avengers stuff. But this week we're just doing kind of a retrospect on all of his Ultimates books. Next week, he said we have a special guest. He hasn't told us who, but we have a special guest joining us next week.
If Jonathan Hickman has personalized stationery, the blank pages are better than his Avengers run.
Hey, I liked his Avengers run. I know you don't. I've heard your take on it.
And when you get to Skip, tell him to light the beam.
Do you want to?
So ready for basketball.
Do you want to post a link in there for him as far as the Twitch channel?
Yeah, let me pull it up here.
It's Skip and Tasha's gonna be on Twitch.
Yeah, we stream live on Twitch. He usually drops them on YouTube the next day,
or the day after,
or the day after. Yeah, sometime afterwards, he'll put it on his YouTube channel. But copy,
and it's like $5 if you want to watch it without ads.
But we'll be on probably it might be like 11 o'clock Central, which is 9 o'clock West Coast, I think. And that is his Twitch channel right there. I just dropped it in the chat.
Tomorrow night, we're going to be doing a retrospective at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, I won't be there for that.
In Soviet Russia.
Yes.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
I didn't think that part.
Possibly, most likely, we will have 2 special guests on tomorrow.
2.
No, it's definitely unless you forget to put them on.
Well, yes. So after the retrospect tomorrow, there is going to no Ash doesn't stream. It only streams on Mondays.
Ash will be on with me and Skip, or at least that's the plan.
Yeah,
it's been the 3 of us for a while.
So tomorrow, after the retrospective, make sure you tune in. We're gonna have at least we're gonna have Aaron Sparrow on, along with Joe Corallo.
Are we not getting what's his name?
I have to contact Dolan.
Dolan?
There was, like I said, it was like a last minute thing to try to figure out getting communication stuff.
Yeah,
but he said he'd come back on last week. He said
he had a good time. I'm surprised he stuck around with us that long.
Yeah, he heard that Zach's not gonna be here, so he said he'll come back.
I mean, if you don't want me here, I'll leave.
I want you here.
Oh, well, yeah, I have to be here to make the rest of y'all look cool, right? You need the not cool person to make y'all look better.
Zach, we don't need you for that.
And Zach, hopefully by tomorrow you'll have read the issues.
Red Sun.
Well, that too. And then Born of Blood issues catching up.
Yeah, you have to send me.
I send you all of them.
Did you?
They're all that one link.
Where did you send it to me from? That wasn't in Twitter, was it?
No, that was in Discord, and that was linked to my Google.
Oh yeah. That's right. You did. Okay,
yeah.
I thought that was okay. Never mind.
So I was going through Twitter today. I see somebody that I'd never heard of. He's interviewing Joe. I swear, I don't. There must be like 3 Joes. There were 3 Jokers, so why not 3 Joes? Because the amount of interviews he does, I don't know when he has time to do anything else. There's something called keeping it geekly or something.
Interesting. Very interesting. So speaking of interesting, I don't know. Are we doing a goodbye, or are we just shooting the breeze? I don't, because if we're
if you got to run, Zach's gonna run. We'll end it right here.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, show up tomorrow.
no.
And if you guys have a
The
retrospective
time
topic,
has come.
if there is a retrospective you guys want us to talk about, in the upcoming weeks, let us know. Just make sure they're like one issue stories because Breen can't read that much.
Yes, give us your suggestions and then we'll do whatever we want.
That's right. We'll
right.
listen to them, but ultimately we'll make our own call.
And remember to do all the good things, like if you're not subscribed, hit the notification bell so you get all the alerts, so we can harass you every time we go live. Also, click like if you haven't done so, and if you want to contribute to the channel, Marty just posted the Ko-Fi link here down there. Money goes towards the StreamYard monthly bill, and also going towards my beer fund and Breen's expensive Marvel books that he buys.
And all proceeds will go towards Pixel's finger reduction surgery.
Get him, guys. He really needs that surgery. Y'all have to help him out.
He actually said he was getting bigger ones. He's getting implants.
The world's not ready for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you had fun.
Good night, kids.